Mr. Chairman. Representative, the floor is yours.
Okay, great. You guys can hear me okay?
Yep, loud and clear.
Chair Crichton, Chair Strauss, members of the committee, thank you for your time. I'm just going to testify briefly in favor of H.3393, which is an act relative to automated enforcement, which I filed with Rep. Cruz. There's a version in the Senate as well, but I think it's in public safety. So what this bill does is it establishes an automated enforcement pilot program to allow just 10 cities or towns to place either red light cameras or speed cameras in populated locations with high crash rates. And these cameras produce the back view photographs of vehicles committing camera enforceable violations, which are listed out in the bill, running red lights, speeding, passing a school bus with its lights on. The maximum penalty in the bill is $25, not a part of the operating record of the vehicle owner. That's less than a Cambridge parking ticket. I think the time has really come for Massachusetts to join the 26 other states that allow some sort of automated traffic enforcement, either speed, which about 206 communities across the nation, or red light cameras, which is about 336 communities. You guys know that the traffic is back post-pandemic. Drivers are aggressive as ever. I talk to people, when I ask them, do you think drivers have gotten worse since we've gotten back from the pandemic? Everybody seems to agree. And the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety had a survey that they did in 2021. Over 50% of respondents believe it is very or somewhat unlikely that they'll be pulled over for going 10 miles over the speed limit. And almost half, 46%, believe it's unlikely that they'll be pulled over for running a red light. 350 Massachusetts residents die each year as a result of motor vehicle crashes, bicycles and pedestrians included. There's 3,500 hospital stays, 70,000 emergency ER for non-fatal crash injuries every year in Massachusetts. Automated enforcement has shown that it will decrease crash-related injuries and deaths. In 79 cities, red light cameras alone have reduced fatal red light running crashes by 21%. That's about 1,300 lives. So in the bill, to determine the placement of a camera, the city or town must present 3 years of crash data at the proposed location to MassDOT, and they'll consider the social and racial equity impacts of the plan before improving it. The last thing we want is for this to be a revenue-generating endeavor. We want it to be a safety endeavor first. That's why we have low fees. We want it to be socially just by making sure that we're not using one neighborhood as a piggy bank, for example. And by prohibiting frontal view photographs, the bill protects drivers from racial profiling. It will reduce friction between police officers and civilians. We know that traffic enforcement is the leading cause of interactions between police and the public, about 50,000 traffic stops nationwide each year. So this will reduce the number of the need for that. We know that Black drivers were criminally cited 18% of the time, compared to 13% of white drivers. Back-facing cameras will definitely eliminate that human element in this. So I believe that this bill will simultaneously improve traffic safety and decrease police contact with over-policed populations in the Commonwealth. Thank you for your time. I respectfully ask that you report either this bill out favorably, or it's a large bill. There's a lot of things in it that it would allow for automated enforcement. Any one of those would be an improvement, whether it be speed zones, enforcement of speed zones, enforcement of school zones. So speed in school zones during school hours, pick up and drop off. Red light cameras or stop sign cameras, or school bus. I believe it's time that we go forward with at least some measure of automated enforcement to start with. So thank you again for your time, and happy to answer any questions now or in written remarks.
Thank you, Representative. Appreciate your testimony. Any questions from members of the committee? Seeing none, thank you again.